Good afternoon, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is Rich again, back for your second video blog of the day for Saturday, September 5th, 2015, around 4:35 in the afternoon, Billerica, Massachusetts. Nice and sunny in the 70s, a clear, calm day, perfect 10 weather, top 10 day of the year. Some news to report. The Buffalo Bills released Matt Cassell, quarterback, from their roster. The New England Patriots released Reggie Wayne, wide receiver, from their roster. Reggie Wayne actually asked for a release from the Patriots. Maybe he's retiring. And there will be no Tebow mania in Philadelphia. The Eagles released quarterback Tim Tebow. And I think Tim Tebow's not going to make it on an NFL roster, in my humble opinion. Maybe you should try the CFL or the Arena League. And one little note, Boston College football won today. The BC Eagles beat the Maine Black Bears by a score of 24-3 in BC's first game of the year, as former Boston College men's basketball announcer Ted Sarandis would say, "Wow!" And that's about it on the news. My second video blog subject of the day is about WWE Saturday Night's Main Event. Saturday Night's Main Event was a thing that was on NBC maybe every 6-7 weeks from 1985 through 1991. And they had two specials for Fox in 1992. Then Saturday Night's Main Event came back by the WWE in 2006 as kind of a quarterly special in prime time, and that lasted into 2008. Saturday Night's Main Event was like maybe the first WWE television program that showed like major matches, the entire program and stuff, and it was usually 90 minutes long. Typically WWE programming from like the mid-70s to the early 90s, before Monday Night Raw. Most of the matches you saw on WWE television were squash matches and stuff like that. WWE superstar being a jobber and stuff on all their television programs. Occasionally you might see a mid-card match here and there, or a title change, but most of it was basically squash matches and stuff like that. Saturday Night's Main Event was the first WWE, television program to show kind of main event and mid-card matches all the time. Saturday Night's Main Event made its debut on May 11th, 1985. It was taped the night before at Uniondale, Long Island. Vince McMahon and Jesse the Body Ventura were the play-by-play announcers and color men. And Saturday Night's Main Event was produced by Dick Ebersol, who was at that time Saturday Night's Live producer. Eventually he became NBC Sports president and eventually chairman and stuff like that. And Dick Ebersol and Vince McMahon had a long-term relationship with working together and stuff like that. Usually they had about 4 to 5 matches on Saturday Night's Main Event. Usually the second match on the card for each Saturday Night's Main Event usually had Hulk Hogan or Macho Man Randy Savage or the Ultimate Warrior, who was the WWE champion at the time, for most of its run and stuff. They did that at like midnight. Usually it came out on midnight in the East Coast, and that was the highest rated time slot they would get if the champion appeared on the second match and stuff like that. Usually there was maybe a mid-card match and a main event match and a couple of other mid-card matches and stuff like that. Hardly had any squash matches on Saturday Night's Main Event. Usually Mean Gene Okerlund would do the interviews and stuff, but later on it was Jesse the Body Ventura and Sean Mooney and stuff. And they would show Saturday Night's Main Event maybe 4 to 5 times a year on NBC to replace Saturday Night's Main Event, and it got real high ratings and stuff like that. There was a time, like in 1986, 1987, that there was talk that Saturday Night's Main Event was going to be a monthly thing because Saturday Night Live was in danger of getting canceled and stuff like that, and NBC probably needed some like late night programming to take its place and stuff like that. Some great things happened on the Saturday night's main events over the years. They usually had that steel cage match between Hulk Hogan and Paul Mr. Wonderful Orndorff, the formation of the Mega Powers and stuff. They also had that Battle Royal where Andre the Giant threw out Hulk Hogan and stuff. And the other wrestlers left in the Battle Royal threw out Andre the Giant. They had Georgiano Steel take Miss Elizabeth away from Macho Man. Had the face turn by Georgiano Steel. Had Jake the Snake Roberts give the DDT to Ricky Dragon Steamboat, which he felt unconscious for. They had Jesse the Body Ventura team with Rowdy Piper and Cowboy Bob Orton to face off against the Hillbillies and stuff like that. They had the first confrontation between the Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan in a tag team match against Mr. Perfect and the Genius. They had Mr. Perfect destroy Hulk Hogan's championship belt. They had a steel cage match where Zeus made his WWE debut, Hulk Hogan and the Big Boss Man. They had Jake the Snake Roberts throw a snake on Andre the Giant. Andre was fearful of snakes. They had Demolition lose the WWE Tag Team titles to the Brainbusters. 2 out of 3 falls with with like Andre the Giant interfering and stuff like that. Usually they would tape Saturday night's main event maybe a couple weeks before it aired and stuff like that. Originally WWE taped Saturday night's main event just as a kind of a separate entity and stuff like that, but towards the late 80s and early 90s they taped Saturday night's main event usually after they had a marathon taping of either WWE Superstars or WWE Wrestling Challenge and stuff like that. And sometimes they would have skits on Saturday night's main event, which was pretty good and stuff, like Halloween skits with Rowdy Piper. One of the skits, a young Stephanie McMahon appeared on it. Plus they had ones with like water like sports and stuff. Also Oktoberfest. Also like they had one with like Safari and stuff like that. Ratings of Saturday night's main event were pretty good and stuff, and in fact they had kind of had a spin-off to Saturday night's main event, like one primetime special a year they called The Main Event, which was a variation of Saturday night's main event, usually aired in February's and stuff, and they had about 4 or 5 of them. The first 3 were live, and the fourth and fifth one were taped and stuff. The first one that was live was on February 5th, 1988, when Hulk Hogan lost the WWE title to Andre the Giant, and Andre the Giant sold the WWE title to Ted DiBiase and stuff. That was the twin referee stuff and stuff, and that got 33 million people watched it. But subsequent main events, they got lower ratings and stuff like that. Originally, Saturday night's main event theme song, they had it from like a different company and stuff. Like we could hear it on the radio, but eventually WWE had to make their own Saturday night's theme music because of royalty fees and stuff like that. And by 1991, NBC canceled Saturday night's main event due to low ratings and stuff. Plus, this is around the time WWE had the steroid scandal and stuff, and also NBC got NBA basketball, so they were uninterested in wrestling. Fox picked up Saturday night's main event. They had 2 specials in prime time in 1992, but they were not ratings winners, and they eventually Saturday night's main event by WWE was canceled, but it would reappear 14 years later in 2006. And they showed in prime time, live and stuff, having periodic specials on NBC for the next 2 years and stuff, and they showed it Saturday night live from the location in prime time, but the ratings for Saturday night's main event were very low rated and stuff. One of the problems was there was too much WWE on television with Raw, SmackDown, and other stuff, and a lot of fans got tired of like seeing too much WWE TV, especially the product they were putting on in the mid-2000s and stuff like that. Saturday night's main event was eventually canceled for good in 2008. Reruns of the Saturday night's main event on the WWE Network, but a lot of music has been repackaged and stuff like generic WWE music, because most of them, some of the theme songs they use were like from like rock groups and stuff and pop culture music. Vince McMahon does not want to pay the record companies for every time they play it on a WWE programming and stuff. I don't blame him and stuff. And maybe soon, real soon, I could review every Saturday night's main event for these video blogs soon. That would be real interesting. And that's about it on Saturday night's main event. We'll be back with the third and final video blog of the night, which will be about former Major League Baseball player Darryl Strawberry. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Button guy. Molly Rosenblatt of Fox 35 rocks and has nice legs. Amy Swenzy of Reach 2 rocks and has nice legs. Elizabeth Hart of Local 6 is so stunning and has a nice smile and nice legs. In the words of Sean Lucha, get out. See you later, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Bye.